Hello guys, welcome to my 13th DBMS tutorial. In this tutorial I have got you my 13th question set. Now in this video we are going to use the same database that we have used in the 11th video and the 12th video. So in the 11th video we create the database and add the user table, and the 12th video we apply another two tables. So in this video we are going to create some tables. So in this question set we have three instructions. Now let's read those and follow them to create the tables. Okay, now let's follow the first instruction. The store owner says that the details of all the products sold in this store need to be stored in the computer software. To do this, create a table called product. To store product details, follow the instructions below to create a table. Okay, now let's use ER diagram to create these tables, because sometimes we need to create some relationships between the tables. Okay, now to create an ER diagram we need to, our database name is next mobile DB. That's what we have created in our 11th video. So now let's open the ER diagram of this database. Now go to database menu and click on reverse engineer. Then you'll get a new window like this. Click on next. Now here check your database name, and don't need to check this MyDB, just check your database name and click on next. Click on execute. Again click on next, click on finish. Okay, now we can open this model. So here we have two databases opened. First one is MyDB and the second one is next mobile DB. We can delete this MyDB because we don't need that. Or if you have that selected, all the data that you put into this CR diagram gets saved in the MyDB database. So we need only this next mobile DB. That's why we remove MyDB database, so we don't get any conflict between those two databases. Okay, now let's open our ER diagram and let's start adding those tables. So I'm gonna take these tables to some place that we can see all the tables. Okay, now let's add the first table, which is product table. So let's name it as product as our question set. Now let's add the first column, which is product ID. It must be an auto increment one, and then next we have product code. Next we have product name. Okay, now we have created that. Now let's move to the second instruction. The owner of the shop says that he wants to enter the information of all the bills and bills paid by the suppliers into the computer software. To do this, create a table named GRN. Follow the instructions given when creating. Okay, now let's create the GRN table. GRN is a shorthand for good received note. So let's create that GRN table. So this first column is GRN ID. We need that to be a primary key and auto increment column. And next we have date, and the data type is date. And next we have quantity, it must be an integer. Next we have unit price, and it's a double. And next we have total amount, it's also double because price can contain floating point numbers. Okay, now let's close this tab. We have also created our GRN table. Now let's create the other table according to the third instruction. This software should be able to retrieve the number of items received from suppliers, and the number of items provided by the supplier should not change when selling the product. Your team suggests creating a separate stock table for this issue. Follow the instructions below to create a stock table. Now we need to create our stock table. When the selling items, the stock table must change, but this says it cannot be changed after buying some product by any customer, so they need to create a separate table for that. So let's create the stock table. So the table name is stock, and first column is the stock ID, and we need to mark it as auto increment. Next we have quantity. It must be an integer value because quantity can't have double values, so it must be a whole number. So selling price, okay, now it's a double. Okay, now we have created those three tables. That's all for this question set. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, that is how to save these changes into the database. So if the database contains any data, if we forward engineer this AR diagram, all the data get removed completely. So if we need to save the data and apply the changes to the database, we need to use this synchronize model. So click on that. So click on next, click on next again, click on next. Make sure your database name has checked. Click on next, click on next again, click on next, click on execute, and click on close. Okay, if you need to see the changes, you need to go here and refresh the content. Now expand your database. When you expand the tables, you'll see our new table, GRN, product, and a stock table. So we completely followed the three instructions, and I hope you guys learned from this video. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching. Let's continue the other part in my next question set. Thank you for watching again. I'll see you in my next video.